Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. Today me and my cousin have decided to head out on a ride to a place called Mahur. Just a simple outing to unwind and enjoy the journey. We are starting from Mulhoi, which is my hometown, the place where I grew up. And it always feels good to begin a ride from here. There's something special about hitting the road from your own roots. Right now, we are on our way towards Mahur, and along the route we'll be passing through Haflong town market. It's usually lively and busy, but today we are just cruising through and soaking in the surroundings. There's not much to explain or talk about in this ride, so in this video I'd say just sit back, relax and enjoy the journey with us. Before we go any farther, I'm gonna have to switch seats and let my cousin take over the ride for a while. So right here is Haflong, a beautiful hill town in the district of the North Cachar Hills. It's often referred to as the Switzerland of the East or even the Scotland of Assam, and you will probably see why. The entire town is surrounded by the majestic mountains, and there are some amazing viewpoints around here, like the scenic viewpoint where you can get a stunning bird's eye view of the valley. And in case you didn't know, just about 9 kilometers from here lies Jatinga, a place that's quite famous. And a little mysterious too, for the so-called bird suicide phenomenon. During certain moonless nights in the late monsoon, migratory birds get attracted to lights and end up blending in a disoriented state. Well, actually, we'll be passing through Jatinga shortly as we continue on this ride. The statue that you're seeing here is of B.R. Ambedkar, a man who gave a voice to millions and played a crucial role in shaping modern India. And if you look just a little farther ahead, you'll notice a beautiful lake. The local authorities here offer boat rides, so both residents and visitors can take some time to relax and enjoy the surroundings. Mukbang hero. And after meeting a friend along the way, we continue towards our port of call. But before we get there, we need to make a quick stop to refuel. To the left is the road that leads to Haflong railway station, but we won't be heading that way today. Our plan is to reach Mahur, so we'll have to skip showing the station in this video. Here on the right side, you can spot the signboard that says "Welcome to Jatinga." If you take the turn, it leads you straight into the village of Jatinga. It is a place known for its unique stories and atmosphere, as I mentioned earlier. But for this trip, we decided to skip that route again and continue along the main highway instead. As we move ahead, you'll notice we are approaching a junction. Now, this is an important split. If you go right from here, the road that takes you towards Silchar, but we are not heading that way today. Instead, we'll be taking the left turn, which leads us towards Mahur, continuing our journey along this scenic stretch of road. Up ahead, we come across another junction. If you take the left here, it leads to Silchar through a newly constructed highway. So you don't really have to go through the earlier route I mentioned anymore. This new stretch makes a big difference because it can save you close to an hour if you're heading towards Silchar. But for us, we'll stay on this highway towards Mahur. From here on, it is smooth and a relaxing drive. So I would recommend you to just relax, take it easy and enjoy the view. The mountains and the lush greenery of the North Cachar Hills really make this stretch special. We'll catch you up again in a bit. And finally, here we are entering Mahur. It's a market day today, so we expect things are quite busy and lively around here. And right up ahead, we come to another important junction. If you take the road to the right, it leads to Tumjang Peak, which has become a popular tourist attraction over the years. So if you're planning to visit Tumjang, this is the route you'll need to take and you'll have to pass through Mahur to get there. Now as we roll into the market area, the first task is pretty clear, that we need to find a good parking spot for our two-wheeler before we start looking around places. As we enter the market area, you can see local vendors lined up on both sides selling a variety of vegetables and everyday items. What's interesting is that most of the product here is organically grown by the locals themselves, which really adds to the authenticity of the place. I should also mention that if you're planning to visit Tumjang Peak, you'll pass by the historic Asalu Fort along the way. It was one of the first colonial establishments in the Asalu region, and it still carries a strong sense of that history. If you have the time, it's definitely worth stopping by to take a look and experience a bit of the past. But for now, let's just slow down and take in the atmosphere of the Mahur market. There's a lot to see and it really gives you a feel of the local life here.
बेटा आपका है तो नहीं नहीं प्लास्टिक वाला है
प्लास्टिक और फांसी जाल का जो सूता होता है
नहीं नहीं ये तो फेंकने वाला जाल
मतलब प्लास्टिक का
हाँ मैग्नेट वाला तो है कितना है
तो आपको कितना किलो चाहिए
किलो में कितना
जैसे 3 किलो का भी है, 2 किलो का भी है।
After a while, we head into a restaurant to grab a bite before we continue our journey. And from the third floor, you get a great view of Mahur. And of course, here are the delicious dishes we ordered for ourselves, just what we needed before hitting the road again. After we're done eating, we set out on our return journey. But before we wrap things up, I wanted to leave you with this beautiful sunset view. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear from you all.